Hi, Josh Barker with Josh Barker Real Estate, and thank you for watching our market update for the month of November 2021. Like we'd like to do each month, let's go ahead and start off with that Shasta County Multiple Listing Service sales report, and I'll put that slide in for you now. The big numbers that stand out currently, and I'll circle this for you in red, there were 677 properties that are active for sale right now in the Multiple Listing Service. If you go back 1 year ago for October, you'll see that the inventory was around 699. And if you think about it, in October of last year, we started to see that inventory continue to get stripped away until we were all the way down in the mid 300-400 range for homes for sale. Well, obviously, it's a lot different today. Currently, we're sitting at 677 units for sale, and we are expected to see this inventory continue to rise as we go into the spring. The next slide I'm going to put in over the top of this, and I'll circle this for you in red as well. This is an alarming 249 closings in the month of October. Now, this is down roughly 28% compared to October of last year. In fact, if we go back a few months ago, the peak of our market in the last 12 months was actually in June, when we had 367 closings in just this past June. And we've come down dramatically since then. So now we know that June was our peak in the market for home closings. The next thing to look at is what our average selling price is here in Shasta County. Currently, it's $389,272, which is down 8% from what it was in June of this year. So part of that is because we're starting to see fewer out-of-town purchases buying some of those higher priced homes, and that's beginning to show up in our average sales price. The next thing to look at is what interest rates are doing. Currently, interest rates are averaging right around 3.5%. Now, as you would probably realize, about a year ago, we've seen rates that were in that mid 2 to high 2 range, and we're starting to see those rates go up. What we're expecting is, as inflation begins to have an impact on the market, and as we continue to see that the mortgage industry is making adjustments, we are expecting to see, based on all the experts, around a 3.75% interest rate by the third quarter of this next year. So we're all keeping an eye on that. The next thing I'm going to share with you is the slide for the rental market. The rental market here in Shasta County continues to remain extremely strong. Right now, we see rents that are higher than they've ever been in the past. Vacancy rates are extremely low. And really, there's a lot of home builders that are trying to do the best they can to bring some multifamily units to the market. In fact, over in West Reading, we see multiple units that are being built currently. But the biggest headwind for the builders currently is getting their hands on the supplies that are necessary to facilitate these builds. So as the supply chain disruption continues to have an impact, we are hoping that over time we can transition away from that and start to see these builds get done at a faster pace. The next thing to look at is just that California foreclosure moratorium, which ended in July. This number, or that date, was an impactful date because right after that, banks began to work aggressively on the forbearance program, trying to figure out where clients stand, the ones that are currently behind on their mortgage. Some people are going to be able to bring their mortgage current. Some are likely going to modify their loan to some sort of an adjustable loan that'll allow them to, stay in the home and have a new payment structure, what have you. But there's another group right now that's going to have to make some pretty tough decisions. One of the decisions might be to sell their property. Another decision might be to have to either foreclose or short sell their property. And these are the ones that we know in these situations, these are the products that are going to be added to the market. And these are people's homes, so it's going to be a sensitive situation to watch. But as we go forward with this foreclosure moratorium lifting, we know we're going to start to see some of these troubled assets coming to the market, and it's going to add to the inventory. And it's also going to likely be somewhat eye-catching because it's going to be, distress related. The next thing to look at is just the eviction moratorium. I spoke about this on our previous video, but the eviction moratorium did expire, and we are beginning to see some of those landlords go through an eviction process with some tenants that either weren't paying at all, or they wanted to sell, but they couldn't because of the moratorium, and now they're going through the process of being able to vacate the property so they can liquidate the assets. So again, we are expecting these types of properties to be added to the overall inventory going forward. So in any case, if you have any questions at all about the real estate market here in Shasta County, just know we're always here to help. We want to thank you again for taking your time to watch this video today. Make it a great day.